The Pizzeria Roleplay Remastered in Roblox has a ton of different animatronics, from canon to non-canon, the books to fan-made ones, and everything in between. So I decided I would make my personal top 10 list of my favorite animatronics in this game. Which brings me to number 10, the reason why I'm Felix the Shark is because he's number 10. I mean, he is one of the book characters, and I'm surprised he's not in really any other game so far. I mean, he's got a bunch of abilities. He can wire fly if the ceiling is low enough for him, and he can transform into a fixed version of himself as well if he really wants to, if he's feeling like it. Let's see if we can get him to feel like it. No, maybe not. But he also does have animations and some sounds as well. We have underwater ambience. How many other characters have underwater ambience, you know? But I just really like the design and the way he's animated. And he's got a scream as well, because all sharks scream. You just can't hear them because they're underwater. But anyway, this is my number 10 pick. It's just super unique. I like the shark. And that's just all there is to it. Number 9 has to go to Technophobia, Funtime Foxy, and Lolbit. I just really love the design of this character. Having both of these together all stitched up, then their arms are like phone cords, their tails a TV, just also their faces. I don't like Lolbit's very humanistic eyes here. Humanistic? Is that even a real word? I don't know, it is now. But everything about this design, I really love the phone cords, and they're like stitches that brought them together. I think it's very cool, one of my favorites, and of course the phone foot as well, and I just love when animatronics get fused together. But don't worry, this is the only fusion animatronic on my list, I'm pretty sure. Also, I did disqualify animatronics like the Cancer J and Omni Dude, because they could become all the animatronics and they're kind of OP. So I did get those off the list, but they are pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Crab. Number 8 is Summer Crab / Spring Crab. I mean, just look at it. How could you not? I bet you weren't expecting this over the Technophobia. Oh man, this list is great. Anyway, this thing doesn't really have much in the terms of abilities, but it's a giant crab animatronic. We got the claws, we got the crab head, we got danger, we got death quote, we got scream. We have a bunch of abilities. Now you're telling me this ain't the best animatronic of all time? Come on, what are you talking about here? Come on. Number 7 is Masclophobia Glitchtrap. This thing is just terrifying. The skin underneath it, the weird way the eyes are, just everything about it is terrifying. You can toggle the eyes, you can open the faceplates, but at the end of the day, why would you? Why would you, you know? The person has a rabbit-like face, they have giant purple eyes, their skin doesn't look like it's on anymore, and then they're just skipping along. They're just skipping along like nothing's wrong. The skin is terrifying. Put the faceplates back on. It doesn't really help too much because we know what's under there. But I just like how terrifying it is. I think it's a really cool skin and character. Not skin. I'm talking about the person underneath it. I think it's a cool character. So yeah, this is my easily number 7 pick. Going into the top 6 though, these could be interchangeable, I think, anywhere. To be honest, all top 10 could. To be honest, a lot of the game could. All the animatronics in this game are great. Oh, of course they make her spawn in here. Number 6 is Ballora Trap, Mrs. Afton. She got the same treatment as Burn Trap, but in her Ballora suit. So she does have the transform. She has a bunch of abilities. And you can even make her spring lock herself as well. So there you go. And then you can go back to Ballora now. I don't know if we could go back to Ballora Trap. I might have goofed up. But I really do like the way the lighting is on Ballora Trap. It's the same on Ballora. Very shiny until you get to the dead skin. Oh, I don't think I could go back. Uh-oh. I do really like the way the Ballora metal is. It's super shiny and detailed. And then the skin is very gross and, you know, gross. And we do have really purple eyes that glow in the dark. So I think this character is really awesome. Like all of them are. I mean, that goes without saying, I hope. Look at this. We can spring lock. Mrs. Afton, no. Now I hear what you're saying, but I raise you a number 5 King Kraken. Look at this thing. It's like an attraction for one of those pirate rides. It's on wheels. You can see these things, the mandibles, the tentacles, they're on the pipes. And you can suit up and be cleaned, King Kraken. But that is not as good as unsuited. We got the seaweed, we got these things, which I don't know what they are. He's got his green crown on. He's the king of the sea. And he's another big animatronic. He's not one of the ones that have, like, you know, the 2 legs or walking around. Very unique animatronic. I like this one a lot, which is why it's so much higher on the list than some of the others. That might be more highly detailed or better than this one, technically. But I just like the originality behind it, so I figured it deserved to be higher on the list. Plus, just look at him. Look at him. Look at that face. You're telling me he doesn't deserve to be here? Number 4 has to be Spiteful Baby. Just the amount of ability she has, the detail that went into her, and the R15 animation she has. There's so much different things you could do with this character. So many different things you could do with this character. And there are sounds as well. Specific sounds just for her. There is just so much. And then you can just transform into a whole new skin as well if you want. It's insane. This character deserves to be number 1 on the list, but since it's my personal list and not an unbiased one, you know, I had to move her down a little bit for the top 3. But this would definitely be top 1. I wouldn't be surprised if this was anyone else's number 1 pick, because the detail in it is just crazy. Also, look at the detail in the face. You can see, like, all the stitching and everything. For number 3, I have the Playtime Assistant. I've seen that some people might not like this thing because they don't like Poppy Playtime, but I think the creators and the devs did an amazing job on this because it is the perfect fusion of the 2 series, bringing in fans from both into one. Plus, I mean, look at the design of this thing. This thing's a freak. Look at it. It has so many abilities as well. Transform in the daytime. It has that just the big smile on its face. I think this was insanely well done. You could teleport back to the stage. You could wire fly, even though it's piercing through your neck, kind of. There's just so much you can do with this character, and it's unique and terrifying. So that's why I think it deserves a special spot on the list. Freak Show is definitely one of my favorite animatronics of all time in this game. Getting him through one of the events was one of my favorite events as well. So that definitely helped boost him higher. But I just love the design on this guy. I love the neon colors. I love everything. And then he has this shadow body like pouring out of him almost. And he's dripping too, so it's like all gross looking. But then he has the neon colors as well. I just think this design is sick. He's using like his foot. He has another arm popping out to help him. This design is just so cool to me. I'll never get over it. This could easily also be one of my number 1 picks, right along with Spiteful Baby. But I did have to put it down to number 2, because number 1 in TPRR should be obvious to anyone who's played it. It is the top animatronic in the entire game, one of my favorites, and it has a ton of different skins as well. But first, we got to get into some honorable mentions here, don't we? Alright, here we go. We're going to do a list of the honorable mentions. Starting off with honorable mention number 1 is coffee. It's a coffee machine, you know? Honorable mention number 2 is Spiteful Scrap Trap. This thing is a monster and I love it, but I didn't want to have just all the Spitefuls on the same list because I felt like that might have been cheating or something. Spiteful Scraptrap, I love you, but just not enough. I'm sorry. Hide and Seek Shadow Bonnie, Scary Ghoul Bonnie. Look at him. He's a twig, but he's terrifying. Scary Shadow Monster. Scary. And last but not least, Shattered Lefty. Look at this. The marionette's escaping using Lefty's body now to get where it needs to go. Lefty is gone. Just the shell of the robot. And that thing is just everywhere. Look at it. This was so close to being on the top 10 list, but it just missed out at the last second. The design on this is insane. Look at it. I really this is an honorary top 10 member. This is top 10.5. Shattered Lefty. Because, I mean, it's just awesome. You can even toggle the eyes to make it more intimidating. You can sprint. You can do a bunch of sounds and animations. There's just a lot of different stuff you can do with it. Very cool. But now, let's get into the top number 1 best animatronic in TPRR of all time. I know you know who it is. Let's go. The number 1 animatronic in TPRR is Hector. It's Hector, everybody's favorite. Remember Hector? I'm pretty sure Hector is an OC created by the devs. But I just really, really enjoy him. We built him in one of the quests we had to do earlier in the game. And now, ever since, he's been a staple. They've been adding him back, giving him different little attachments and stuff every time. He's made out of garbage, and we made him ourselves, too. Which adds just that much more specialty to him. Plus, I mean, look at him. His name's Hector. He's got a nameplate and everything. Psych! The real number 1 animatronic is Mouse the whole time! You guys didn't think I was gonna give it to Mouse? You must not watch my videos after all. But anyway, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and comment down below. Subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss my videos. And whenever you're buying Robux or Premium, use star code Gallant. That's it for me. I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Until then, bye!